Right, so here we are. This is a lot gentler than our Tuesday class. So we're going to start off with a few breathing exercises. So welcome along if you're on, you guys on Zoom. Welcome if you're watching on YouTube as well. All you need is a little bit of space. You'll need a mat later on, possibly a chair and a towel for some of the stretches. Might be of assistance, but otherwise, let's just take it gentle and start with a little breathing exercise. Yeah, so all I want you to do is, let's put some background music on. All I want you to do is start off with some slow, deep breaths. So plant your feet firmly on the floor, let your shoulders relax, and we're going to take a deep breath in to the count of 4. Inhale, and then exhale. And think about 4 seconds in, 4 seconds out. You can close your eyes. Relax your shoulders. Inhale and exhale. And inhale and exhale. So let's just count those numbers. So to the count of 4, inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, and inhale 2, 3, 4, and exhale 2, 3, 4. We're going to slow it down a little bit. We're still going to inhale to the count of 4, but we're going to exhale to the count of 6. So a slower exhale. Try and exhale fully with every breath. So inhale 2, 3, 4. And slowly exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, inhale 2, 3, 4, and long exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's do that one more time. Inhale to the count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhale to 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to slow that down even more. We're going to inhale to the count of 4, exhale to the count of 8. So it's a really slow exhale, but exhaling fully right down to when we hit that 8. So inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. And exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Very well done. How was that? That's nice and gentle to start with. We're just going to move on from that. We're going to inhale, exhale again, but we're going to just start rolling the shoulders, and we're going to start looking up, moving our head up and down a little bit as well. So back to the count of 4 again. Okay, and what I want you to do is I want you to inhale, roll your shoulders back, turn your hands outwards and look up, and then exhale, roll your shoulders forwards, palms facing back and look down. Okay, so with me, inhale, look up, exhale, look down. Now when we look up on the inhale, we're going to roll those shoulders back, we're going to stretch across the chest. Think about pinching your shoulder blades together, opening up your chest, and then as we roll the shoulders forwards, open out your back and look down. So in your own time, go from your looking up position to your looking down position, and inhale, exhale all the while. Let's do that a couple more times. Very good. Last one. Slowly, slowly. And back to your neutral position. Have a little shake out. Very good. I'm going to sort of liven things up a little bit now. We're going to start getting much more movement through those joints. So similar to what we do at the beginning of the Spritely class, we're going to start loosening up the shoulders. So have a little rotation round of one arm. Nice and big. We've got to get all the joints moving before we start serious stretching. So big circles with one arm. Change that to a figure of 8. So we're going to swoop it round in a figure of 8. Very good. And then the other arm, big circles to start with. And swoop it round in a figure of 8. Very good. Well done, our twizzle. You don't get away with a twizzle just because it's Wednesday. So, arms down to the sides. Have a little twizzle, side to side. Loosen up your back. Ah, very good. Turn your head, look over your shoulder. Let's get lots of movement through your neck as well. Very good. Couple more times. Excellent. Now we're going to do a static stretch for the side. So, hand on the hip. We are going to stretch across, but today we're going to hold it. So feet nice and wide, arm nice and high. Stretch across sideways and reach this arm out. We're just going to hold that stretch for about 10-15 seconds. Yeah, you should feel the side of your body stretching out down the side there, reaching out. And again, while you're holding all these stretches, I want you to breathe slowly. Think about those 4 seconds in, and then either 4 seconds out, 6 seconds out, or even 8 seconds out. Excellent. Let's change it to the other side. Big stretch over. And deep breath. And come back to the middle. Arms down. Excellent. Right. So there's a fly flying. Can you see that? There's a fly flying around. Yes, looks like a bright spot of white flying around in my lights. Right. We're going to do some balance exercises next. So we'll come back to some serious stretching. You may need a chair. You don't have to have a chair. If you're good at balancing, you won't need the chair. But for support, I'm going to have that chair there, just in case I wobble. Oh, yes. So, fairly easy to start with. If you find that you can stand on one leg like this for long periods of time, then you won't need the chair. If you find that you might wobble, just have the chair there that you can just touch your fingers onto the chair, maybe a arm's length. We're not going to rest on the chair, we're just going to use that for confidence, yeah? So the first thing we're going to do is just take one toe onto the floor. All your weight will be on the leg that's closest to the chair, and the other foot we're just going to just put the toe down and balance on that leg for a few seconds. Okay, this is our most basic balancing, where you're just using the other leg for support. Now, I want you to bring that toe in a little bit closer so that your heel touches your other ankle. I'm already wobbling. I'm just going to do that. I'm hardly touching it, yeah, it's just there just to stop me wobbling, yeah? So as we go through the weeks and we practice this, we will get to the point where we can do it perfectly without using the chair. So we're now going to start lifting that leg up towards the side of the knee and hold it there. Very good. So if you're balancing without the use of the chair, that's amazing. Very well done. Excellent. Now, ideally, this knee should be out to the side. It shouldn't be pointing forwards. It should be right out to the side. So if you need to, just push it a little bit with your hand and try and get it right out sideways. This is going to open up your hips and it's going to start getting a little bit of a stretch through those hip muscles and opening up your hips a little bit. So we're just going to hold that, and while we hold it, we are going to breathe again. Nice and slowly, nice and gently. Very good. Going to give you another option. If you're really good at this, bring your foot up even higher. We can try and get this foot right in close in here. And actually, with the knee going out to the side, that doesn't feel uncomfortable, to be honest. I don't think I could balance like that. So the chair is there for me, but it's a really nice position to get a little stretch into the hips, open up the hips, and also balancing as well. So let's just hold that there for another 30 seconds or so with our deep breathing. You can rest your hand on there and just push back a little bit. One more deep breath. Breathing in and breathing out. Brilliant. Of course, we have to do the other leg. So we'll take that foot down really gently. Just slide it down the leg, gently onto the floor. Give that leg that's been holding your weight, give it a little bit of a shake out now. And we'll swap over to the other side. Put that chair there, arm's length. So, start off again, up onto your toe. Okay, just get your body used to being fully supported on one leg. Yep, chair's there for support if you need it. If you don't need it, fabulous. Very good. Now, we're going to bring that heel in nice and close to the other ankle. Just get used to that new position. And then when you're ready, we'll just take the foot up to the side of the knee. I can feel a little bit of tightness in my leg here, which means the stretch is doing some good, because it's going to open that out. And we'll just put the hand on the knee and push it out to the side a little bit. Try not to let your body twist. We're just opening up that hip. This one doesn't go as far as the other one. This is the one for me that needs the work. And then if you're comfortable, we can bring that heel, oh, that's tough for me, a little bit higher up. And we're going to hold that position for another minute or so. So let's just hold it there and breathe. Very good. One more breath in. One more breath out. And lower the foot down onto the floor. Wow. That's brilliant. Now, more balancing next time, so we'll progress that next time. We're going to do some basic stretches now. This can be quite intense. And in order to improve our flexibility, we're going to be holding those stretches for maybe slightly longer than you might be used to. So we'll take the chair out of the way for now. Just put that there. And the first stretch we're going to do is the forward fold. So we'll do a little bit of a loosen up. And then we're going to be doing our forward fold, which is going to open up your back and your hamstrings. Yeah, so this is a really good one for easing the pressure on the lower back, stretching out the hamstrings. So, first things first, I want you to take a deep breath in and at the same time raise your hands up. And then a deep exhale and fold your body forwards. Now you're looking down so you can't see me now, but basically I'm not going to try and reach to the floor. I'm just going to hang. Let my neck relax, let my head hang down, let those arms just hang down towards the floor. And we're going to take a couple of deep breaths. Every time we exhale, I want you to see if you can just lower your body down a little bit more. Feeling your back opening up. Fantastic. Next time we inhale, we're going to unfold, bring the arms up towards the ceiling. Inhale, arms up. And then exhale, just bring the arms down to the side again. Oh, I'm getting hot. I'm just going to have to turn my heater off because that's too hot now. So we'll do that again. And do that again, and we'll just hold it for 2 or 3 breaths in that forward fold position. So inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Hold it there, and a couple of deep breaths. Each time you exhale, lower yourself. Doesn't matter where your hands are, whether they're level with your thighs, your knees, your shins, or whether they're close to the floor. It really doesn't matter at this stage. Remember, each time you exhale, you're just lowering down a bit. I want those knees straight, so don't bend the knees, then we get a good stretch in the back of the legs. We're going to do one more, and then on the next inhale we're going to unfold slowly. And then exhale, bring your arms down. Right, I want to modify this a tiny little bit, just a tiny bit. Okay, psychologically, if you just watch me first, if we're hanging here, and I'm looking down, I'm thinking, can I get my fingers on the ground? If I go a little bit further, or my hands, I want to just take that thought away. I don't want to be thinking about that. So what I'm going to do is hold on to my elbows, and I'm just going to hang down like this, and I'm not worried about where my fingers are or how low I'm going. And we're just going to hang in this position. Yep. So if you're ready, grab hold of your elbows, like, or folded arms is okay, but just bring your hands up to your elbows. Feet sort of hip width apart, flat down on the floor. Take an inhale and then exhale and into your forward fold. We're going to hold this one for a lot longer. Yeah, we're like about a minute. So I want you to just let your body sink down. Don't bounce. Bouncing is not good. We just need to go a little bit at a time. And if you just take your long, slow breaths, and on every exhale, you just lower yourself down a little bit more. And you should feel that your back of your legs are stretching, your back is arching down, and you're getting a little bit looser with every breath. Keep holding that position. Keep breathing gently. Remember those long, slow, deep breaths. Always inhale to the count of 4. Exhale can be 4, 6, or 8. Make sure you exhale fully with every breath and just let your body hang down. We've got about another 10 seconds. We've done a minute. About another 10 seconds. So a final big inhale and exhale. And then on your next inhale, we're going to very slowly unfold. Ooh. Very good. For now, for today, that's going to be it for that one. We need to move on. We've got lots to do. So that's a good back opening stretch. You can practice that one. Hold for a minute. Yeah, a minute is good. If you get used to a minute, 2 minutes. Yeah, we can go all the way up to 5 minutes if you want to. Yeah. So let's do another hip stretch. I'm going to show you a couple of options. The first option will use the chair. The second option, you don't need the chair. So if you're super flexible already, you won't need your chair, but let's all have a go at this. If you've got your chair there, we'll all have a go at this. I want you to kneel down in front of the chair. Kneel down in front of the chair like this. Let's come in a little bit here. You should be a fair distance from the chair. The further back you are, the more difficult the stretch is going to be. Okay, so what we're going to do is just, as long as you can reach the chair, by the way, so fingertips really length on the edge of the chair. I want to bring one foot to the side of the leg of the chair, to the outside of that leg of the chair, like that. Okay, and then we're going to get those elbows down onto the chair and think about pushing that knee forwards. So straight away you're going to feel a stretch underneath your leg, yeah? So we're going to bring the elbows onto the chair and push the front knee forwards. And this is a nice basic hip opener. And you'll just feel that in that front leg a little bit. If you can't feel it, you probably want the more advanced version, which I'm going to do in a moment, yeah? So let's hold that for a few seconds. If you want to take it a little bit more at this point, still using the chair, you can bring your arms forwards and bring your chest down onto the chair, or a little bit lower towards the chair, and you'll feel that stretch will get a little bit tighter. So let's just change to the other leg before I show you the more advanced version. So we'll change over to the other leg. Foot goes to the outside of the chair. Rest your elbows down on the chair. Push that knee forwards. Use your body just to push forwards, pushing your hips in towards the chair. We'll hold that. And if you want more stretch again, bring your arms forwards, lower your chest and head down. You can just rest your head, your forehead on your arms and just breathe deeply. For me, this is working really well. You might find that it's too easy. You might find it's just right. If it's too easy, I am going to show you the more advanced version. Now, it's up to you. If you're quite comfortable in that position, you want to keep holding it on that chair, that's great. If you feel you want to go a little bit more advanced, let's do it. This is going to be the advanced version. Same stretch. We start in a press-up position. Okay, so we start in a press-up position. We're going to bring one foot to the side of your hand, to the outside of the hand like this. So this foot is right next. Let's just change the camera a little bit so we can see. This foot is to the outside of your hand. So this is a very similar position, except you're not using the chair and you've got your hands on the floor. We're going to now my back is quite rounded because of my flexibility. Ideally, you should be in a nice straight line. Yeah, you should bring your chest down, head up, and you'll feel that stretch in here again, same as we did when we were using the chair. Either way, whether you're using the chair or whether you're on the floor, we're going to hold this stretch for another 20 seconds. Long, slow, deep. Remember to breathe slowly. Don't be tempted to breathe quick. It's not going to go any quicker if you breathe quickly. Very good. We're going to ease off that side. We will do the other side again. If you're still on the chair, maybe change sides a couple of times while we're doing this, yeah? And do like a minute on each side. So I'm just going to give you one more piece of information. I'm going to just move into the other side position. I am not going to be able to demonstrate this, but this is for your information if you're really flexible. Press up position. 1 foot forwards. This is our position. If you struggle slightly on this with your hands on the floor, you can come up onto your knuckles. That's going to make it easier. If you want to make it more challenging, some of you will be able to get your elbows onto the floor. So you'll be able to lower your chest down and rest on those elbows on the floor. For me, that's impossible at the moment. Maybe after a few weeks we'll be able to do that. So let's just hold this side for another 20 or 30 seconds, and then we'll need to move on. You will almost certainly find one side is easier than the other side, and whether you're on the chair or on the floor, just by holding the stretch for 30, 40, 50, even a minute, you'll find next time you do it, it will be a little bit easier. A couple more breaths, another 10 seconds. Excellent. I'm going to lower my knee down and come out of the stretch. Wow. For me, that side was a lot more difficult. But very well done. Okay, that's a really... So we've only basically done 2 stretches today. We did the forward fold and we did the hip opener on the chair or on the floor. Your homework is to do these a couple of times before next week, yeah? Try them, watch the video back or do it from memory. And just remember, we're going to hold each stretch for about a minute. Perfect. I think it's time to do a little bit of core work now. Time's getting on. So I'm going to move my... Oh! That wasn't a good advert, was it? We're going to be on the floor. We're going to be lying down on the mat, starting off lying on your side. And we're going to do a side plank. Really good for your core muscles under here. And I'm going to give you 2 options on that side plank. Either way, you're going to be resting on one arm, yeah, on your forearm, which is going to be at 90 degrees to your shoulder, yeah, forwards on the mat. And then option 1, we bring the lower knee forwards, we tuck that foot behind, stretch out the top leg and bring your hips off the floor. That is option 1, yeah? So we're using your core muscles here to lift your weight off the floor, resting on that knee and the other foot. The other arm's going to go up in the air for now. You find this really easy. Option 2, you straighten out both legs and you lift your hips off the floor into your side, full side plank. For this week, I'm going to do it with my knee forwards because I want to be able to hold that for a good minute or so. Now all I want you to do with the hand that's in the air is with a straight arm bring that hand down, tap the floor and back up again. So we're going to bring the hand down, tap the floor with your fingers and back up again slowly. We're going to breathe as we do that. Yes, so let's bring that hand down and back up and again down and back up. Excellent. Pause, bring your hips down. Let's do that on the other side before we move on. So change sides. Oh, I love the side plank. Side plank's really good for all those core muscles, your obliques. So let's take that front knee forwards, hook the back foot behind, lift yourself up, hips come off the floor, the hips are up off the floor, and then we're going to just take one arm up in the air, hold that position, Take a few deep breaths, and then when you're ready, that hand is going to come down, 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 tap the floor, and slowly back up again. Couple more times, slowly, slowly down, and back up. Very good, and rest your hip down on the floor. Very well done. We're going to try next a full plank, full plank. So plank is again really good for your core. We're going to do about a minute today on the plank. If you struggle, then obviously you can drop your knees on the floor. Let me just show you the plank position. You are on both forearms and on your toes, and your body should be in a perfectly straight line from hips, ankles and shoulders. You'll find it a little bit more stable if you take your feet slightly apart onto the corners of the mat. And all I want you to do is hold that position, and we'll try for a minute. Breathing gently, just lift your head up a little bit, look slightly in front of your fingers onto the floor so your neck is in line with your back. If you struggle, just drop your knees down, but we'll try and hold that there. Very good, another 15 seconds. You might start to shake a little bit. I'm shaking a little bit. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And rest yourself down slowly. Excellent. While we're here, we're going to do a little stretch. Okay, so we might as well, while we're here, do a little stretch. So, up onto hands and knees. And following on from the plank, we're going to do a back stretch. So, the old cat stretch here. So, arch your back up towards the ceiling. Let your head hang down in front. Nice big stretch up like a cat. Let's reverse that into cow. So tummy down, head up. I've got a lovely little click in my back then. Stretch up into cat. And down into cow. Up into cat. Down into cow. Now, sit back on your heels. Just going to take my knees slightly wider to the outside of the mat. We're going to sit right back onto the heels, stretch the arms out in front. Bringing your chest close into the floor. And again, nice stretch through your shoulders, through your hips. And then back up onto all fours. And kneel up. In fact, we're going to turn over onto our backs. So we'll stay on the floor, turn over onto your back. We're going to do one more stretch on the floor. So lying on your back, I want you to stretch your legs out and take your hands above your head and imagine that you're trying to get as much distance between your fingers and your toes as you can by pushing your fingers out one way, stretching your toes out the other way. Oh, very good. And then slowly bring your knees up in towards your chest. Bring your hands forwards, hands around your legs, and stretch into a little tight ball, pulling your knees in towards your head. Breathing, holding that position. Very good. Open out. We are going to stand up. So very slowly, take your time and stand up. And we'll just finish just like we started with a few breathing exercises. Standing up, and you can close your eyes, you can keep your eyes open, but basically we're just going to let those arms relax down, and we're going to do a few deep breaths here. So with me, take a deep breath in and a deep breath out, and a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Have a little stretch up. So as you inhale, let's bring those arms up. As you exhale, bring those arms down. It's going to be a nice big stretch up. And then exhale, arms down. As you stretch upwards, let's look up towards the ceiling, towards the sky. Inhale, let's look up to those hands. And then exhale, look down. Inhale, look up. Exhale, look down. This time we're going to keep those arms up in the air. I want you to grab one wrist with the other hand. And with the other hand that you're gripping with, I want you to pull over to the side. So it's a bit like we did earlier, but you're gripping that wrist and you're pulling that arm out sideways. We're going to hold that position for a few seconds. And then back to the middle. Grip the other wrist with the other hand. Pull in the direction towards the hand that you're gripping with. And pull over and stretch out this arm. This arm should be straight. And you should be pulling with the other arm, getting a nice big stretch through the side of your body, down through your obliques, through your lats. Big stretch out. And back up to the top, arms down. We're going to do a couple of stretches like we normally do in our Spritely class. So take one arm out in front, across the front of your body. Use the other hand to pull in, so we stretch that shoulder. And the other side. And release. Have a little shake out those arms. And give yourself a little gentle round of applause. Very well done. It went quite quickly, didn't it? We never got to use the towel today, so I told you we might need a towel. We didn't need the towel today. We might need it next week. So we're going to take some of those stretches. Next week, we're going to progress a little bit. We're going to add some new ones in and do a little bit more core work as well. So I hope you found that useful. Hope you enjoyed it. And very well done. Do let me know if you're watching on YouTube. Add a comment. Let me know what you thought of the session, and then I can modify and improve the class. So I'll have a chat with you on Zoom as well in a second. But otherwise, we'll see you next time. Bye.